What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to a brand new video of this game week 1 and brand new video finally of Dilemma Center, but not live. Pre-recorded this time because I'm lacking time and also the fact my live streaming utensils generally aren't working at the moment. But we've got a load of questions from you guys. Some I had to leave out because there were a lot of questions, some from the same people, but I've got a decent amount of questions to answer for you guys, and in future I think we'll be doing these every 2 weeks. So because they are the longest videos it takes for me to do everything with editing, planning, recording, uploading, getting the notes from the comments and everything. So yeah, maybe I have on game week 3, look at that in the future, but could change also. But let's kick things off with a decent question to do with left backs. First question comes from AG9 Games, and he says opinions on Shaw and Patrick Van Aanholt both seem good options, but not sure. It's definitely an interesting one. Not sure, I should say. It's an interesting one because I do see both of them as potential really good assets this season. But you know, you've seen the likes of Patrick Van Aanholt score a tremendous amount of attacking returns. I think at least 5 goals in the past 3 seasons, but he lacks the game time and the consistency really, and the clean sheets to make him a real asset. He's priced high because if he does get a full season, he will be well, but that's if he gets a full season. As for Luke Shaw, you can see he's got himself in shape. He's trying to leave no sort of not anything that Mourinho can say and leave against him, so he's out of the team. And Luke Shaw could be a good option, but who knows? Who knows what Man United do with him, what Mourinho does with him, because we don't know. Jose Mourinho has slated him in the past and could potentially slate him again, but he's worked hard to get into the team, and I'd be for sure I'd say wait just to see where he is in the team. For Van Aanholt, I'd say if you're willing to, bring him into the team. Next up we have a question from Dave O, and says, will Josh Murphy start up front for Cardiff? He's played and scored in a few pre-season and down at 5 million in midfield. Could be a good option? Question mark. It's an interesting one because I do feel like the Cardiff City team, it could change. Warnock I do see as definitely your sort of your regular, I can't think of the word, your stereotypical English manager. Batten down the hatches, go 4-4-2 if needs be, and go direct as possible. With that being said, you look at their 2 strikers, Zahore and Medine. Medine I'm a big fan of. Zahore, they're big blokes. Kyle Reid they signed as well, or Bobby Reid, or something Reid from Bristol City, and I think he's priced at 5.5, and he had a really good season for Bristol City. I think he could potentially start up front, or Kenneth Zahore, not Josh Murphy. Next up we have a question from Afro Burney, who says, who should I captain, out of Eriksen, Mane, Sané, Aubameyang or Firmino? I just had to check there because Mane and Sané always throw me off. Out of them, I think Eriksen is definitely a good option. You're looking at Spurs against Newcastle team in turmoil, lacking signings in various areas, the fans disgruntled, the players disgruntled, the managers disgruntled, everything's falling apart. For me, Eriksen has to be the best option out of those. Our next 2 questions are quite similar, but I'll tell you why in a sec. We've got Daniel, not going to try and say the last name, Aubameyang or Lacazette. Depends what Arsenal play really. If they play 1 up top, Aubameyang. If they play 2 up top, it could be either. But for 1 up top, I think it's definitely Aubameyang. He's the stronger option. Lacazette will still get time, coming off the bench, potentially playing as well. I think they'll rotate them both in the league and also in the cups and European competitions, so they're both decent options, but I think Aubameyang is definitely the stronger one. So in the bigger games and the bigger times, I think he's more likely to press on and get points. The reason why they're similar is because Mike Holm says Aubameyang or Aguero. Simply put, they're both £11 million, they're both potentially good options, and they're both playing against each other, and I do think they both got a good chance of scoring. Man City not really signing anywhere apart from attacking, which granted they had a good season all round. You would like maybe an extra signing in the centre back position. Aubameyang will be looking to exploit that, but Aguero will be looking to exploit Arsenal's defensive worries as they lack a few injuries at the back. Koscielny, Kolasinac and Monreal are all injured. So out of those 2, I think for the long season, you're looking at Aubameyang because he's more nailed on. Aguero will succumb to Gabriel Jesus at some point. Game week 1 though, definitely Aguero. Moving things back into the Patrick Van Aanholt area, Diego Palacio says, hey, do you think Patrick Van Aanholt is worth an extra $1 million above Tompkins? It depends what your other defenders are really, it's hard to comment. If you've got it available and you don't think you're losing too much with the player that you lose instead of having Tompkins, go for it. Because if he gets the playing time, if he plays all games this season, they play 3 at the back, or even if they play 4 at the back, he will get forward, he will score goals, he's very good on the attack. If he ups the clean sheet rate, if they go 5 at the back and he plays left wing back or potentially further forward, he's definitely got to be an option. With Tompkins, I feel like Palace have signed a few players, not too many, but a few. Tompkins should be one of their centre backs, maybe alongside Sacco for 2 at the back, for 2 centre backs, 3 centre backs. I'm not sure, but Tompkins is a solid option. So I think set in the team really. Patrick Van Aanholt, if he gets playing time, I'm going to say choose PVA. An interesting question now from James Hyde about Bernardo Silva, saying, is Bernardo Silva the cheap must-have entry into City's midfield or a trap? Now, most likely a trap, but Pep Guardiola has said it's Bernardo Silva and 10 others for game week 1, so for now he has to be in, but you think he went Sterling's back, once Gabriel Jesus is back, you think they've got all their attacking options back, and I do feel like he will maybe be rotated a lot more then, the Pep rotation kicking in, and it's definitely a trap from then on, but for the first few game weeks I think Bernardo Silva could definitely be in with a shout. Afro Burney's back again saying, is Sane a good pick? Potentially, but it's Pep rotation. I just mentioned last comment. I do like Sane, and I do think a lot of people like Sane, but it's all about if he can nail down the starting spot, and also if he can perform well with Mendy. When Mendy was playing, he didn't have a good time, but potentially he was also getting used to the Pep system as a relatively new player. So Sane, if he gets playing time, if he's consistent and got a nailed on spot, he's definitely worth the money. Umar Mayet says Richarlison or Martial. Now I would have said Richarlison up until deadline day, but they've made some interesting signings. Andre Gomez has signed for Everton, Yerry Mina has signed for Everton, and more importantly, Bernard has signed for Everton. So potentially if you go 4-2-3-1, let's say at the minimum, that I think removes Walcott, Richarlison one side, Bernard the other, Siggy in the middle, and Cenk Tosun up top. So Richarlison easily outplays him there. And with Martial, you could think if he gets the playing time he's an option, but he won't, so it's Richarlison. Christian Minkowski now comes in with a question asking about Sanchez and if he's a good option. Now, interesting about Sanchez, for the long term I think he could be a bit of a worrisome player, one that may not be too consistent, but Lukaku's coming back late, potentially won't be ready for the start of the season. Sanchez has got a good run of fixtures. You're thinking, granted some of them might be tough, you're looking at Leicester first game week, it's a tough game. Second game week, Brighton away, you could consider that a decently tough game, though not really. Monday 27th of August, they've got Spurs at home, that's definitely a tough game, but Sanchez is a big game player, and I feel like he will perform in them. And with Lukaku not back, not ready for the start of the season, Sanchez playing up front, definitely something that could happen. So for the start of the season, he's definitely an option. Finally, we have Kick EC with a question about the best £5.5 million defender. Oh, it's an awkward one. I have done videos on midfielders. £5.5 million is a bit of an awkward one. To get them up on the screen so I can go from it, I didn't have too many I could find. I think there's a couple that are good on there, but there's none attacking. So you're looking at Fernandinho, 5.5. You're looking at Xhaka, 5.5. You're looking at potentially Aaron Moy at 5.5. They're the ones you're going to be looking for. Ruben Neves at 5 million is a good option as well, but for me they're the only real options that stood out at that sort of price range. That happens to be that for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below what did you guys think of all of those comments, and did I get any of them right, wrong, and cover everything you wanted to. If not, leave any comments down below and I'll be sure to look at them and hopefully, fingers crossed, get them before the game week starts. And there will be a video probably about Monday discussing about what the plan is for the content, because obviously I had spoken about not doing as many videos, doing as many as I can, all sorts of things. I'll be up on Monday to discuss that with you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next video. Peace.